I'm gonna wait just a second, see if we get some folks to come on. I know it's been a while since I've been on camera, or at least on my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a great start to your 2025. I think the last time I actually did a video was when I went to the Trump rally with my grandkids. And that was the last video I've done. So that was actually before the election. So we're not going to talk about all that this evening. I did send out the invite to the link to have a few folks come on if they wanted to join. Hello, the world is a stage. How you doing? Thank you for joining me this evening. This is going to be a very informal video. Jeremy, what's up, buddy? How you doing? You doing all right? Should have worn my glasses so I could read the chat. Good Lord. But anyway, so happy New Year. Welcome back to the cage. Hope you're all doing well. Wanted to just come on here this evening because I've had a lot of people reaching out to me lately, asking me if I was coming back on Facebook and stuff like that because of what Mark Zuckerberg said this week. So I want to talk about that. Talk about my future work that I'm doing, because a lot of people are asking, Jimmy, what are you doing? Where are you speaking at? Where have you been? I was like, oh, they missed me. So that made me feel pretty good. So I figured, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and do a hangout video tonight with you guys. So 2025 has started off crazy. I don't think there has been a day that has gone by yet that the deep state hasn't done something stupid. So anyway, there's that. So we'll get into a little bit more of that if the chat ends up going that way. What's up, Trump Card? How you doing? Did you know who Cash Kelly is? He was there at J6, did jail time. He's out now and shared his story on what he went through. No, I do not know Cash Kelly. I'll have to look that up. And for those that don't know, I was at January 6th too. So, but we're not going to talk about that tonight. But anyway, so first off, I have been getting a lot of messages this week asking me about my Facebook page. Jimmy, did you hear what Mark Zuckerberg said? I'm like, yeah, I heard what he said. Do you think you'll get your account back? Probably not. I don't think so. So here's where I stand on this before I get any more messages about that. I can't just jump onto Facebook. When I log in, that comes up, says your account is disabled. Then I go to the help center. It says go to the help center. So I go to the help center and it says, if you want to file an appeal or complaint, please log in. Well, I can't log in. So I have no access to be able to do anything, file an appeal, a complaint, or whatever. So I can't do that. So then folks have said, Jimmy, well, why don't you just open up a new Facebook account? Well, I can't do that either because they have my phone number and they have my email addresses. And so the algorithm comes up and I can't create a new account. And I'm not going to go out and get a new phone number, just create a Facebook account. So, like I said, they banned me on August 2nd. So what are we now, 5 months in? And I think the only way that I'll get on there is if they let me back on. If something else major happens and they let me back on. Other than that, I don't foresee right now me being back on Facebook. They just don't want me on there. So but that's fine because I've been doing everything over on X. If you're not on X, go ahead and download it. It's a great app. It's actually the #1 source in the world for news right now. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff going on X. Another thing I have on X is a chat group. I have about 33 folks in that chat group, and we talk about a lot of stuff. It's a place where, we're all open-minded and we're willing to watch different videos that people post. It's a great place to learn and vent. And, when something major is happening at the time, we all get on there and it's a live chat with everything that's going on. What's Joe Rogan? Fake book sucks anyhow. Rest in peace. Yeah, I agree. Facebook does suck. So that chat's pretty cool. So if you get on X and you want to be a part of the chat group, let me know and we'll get you in there. Uh, hey, John. Yeah. Yeah. The reason I like X is because I can be a little bit bolder in what I post. I don't have to censor myself as much as I was having to do on Facebook. And, you know, there's not a lot of whiny people. Well, there are, it depends on where you look, but it's actually been a pretty good experience for me. And I'm still able to get my information out. Now, speaking of information, let's catch up a little bit. November was extremely busy. That was the month we go down to Florida, me and my wife, for our vacation. How did you find your chat group on? How do we find? World of Stage. Find me on X. It's just my name, Jimmy Bell. When I'm done with this video, I will put a link in the description. Just find me on X, send me a direct message, and I'll invite you. Tell me who you are, how I would know you. So the world is a stage. You'd say, hey, this is the world is a stage from the YouTube channel. And that way I can invite you to our chat group. So I will definitely do that. I know it's really hard calling it X. I still find myself calling it Twitter. But anyways, like I was saying, back in November, that was a busy month for us. We had Thanksgiving, we had our vacation, had a lot going on. Hey, Beth. And then in December, I have a lot of open enrollments for my job that different companies I had to go see. So I had like 14 companies I had to go see in December. Plus with Christmas, it was just way too busy for me to just jump on and do a video. The New Year's hit. I've been keeping up with everything that's been happening. And just today, I decided, you know what? Let me give my YouTube subscribers an update, let them know where they can find me, what my plans are, and, go from there. So a lot of folks, they think that just because I've been quiet, I haven't been paying attention or I've fallen asleep or whatever. But here's the deal. When I was doing Watchtower material, I enjoyed it. It was something that I needed to do. And it was basically a way to help the grieving process, get through the whole Watchtower indoctrination stuff. And we were very successful in what we did with Watchtower. And I'll go ahead and tell you guys this story real quick about being successful in this regard. At one of my open enrollments this year, I had to go in and do a cancellation for a gentleman at a company. He wanted to cancel 2 of his policies. So I went in there to go do the paperwork. When I got there, I asked if he was there. They said, no, he's not here today. The administrative assistant asked the one guy, said, hey, is the tool guys here today? And he's like, no. Well, will they be here tomorrow? He said, no. And the guy that I needed to speak to was a tool guy. And so the guy in the office said, well, Jimmy, I can just give him a call and we can get everything taken care of. So he says, I'll get his permission, to be able to take care of his paperwork. So we did that and I got what I needed. And I said, hey, man, I really appreciate you taking care of that. Thank you so much. I was like, something else I said. I can't remember what I said. But then he says, oh, you know all about them JWs, don't you? I really wish I could remember what I said that triggered him to say that, but I can't. So I was like, yeah, I know a lot about them JWs. And he said, well, you know what? The guy that you just did the paperwork on, he was a JW. And he says, you remember me telling you that back a year ago when you wrote him up? I was like, yeah, I remember you telling me that. He says, well, after you left, he came into my office to file a complaint and to complain about you. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, he didn't like the fact that you were giving him information about his religion that he didn't like. I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, he's been in it for a while. He's been asking me to have a Bible study with him. He's been asking me to go to meetings with him. He didn't show up at the Christmas party. He doesn't. He's like, yeah, he's a full NJW. He said, but guess what? He said about 3 weeks ago, he came to me and said that he left the Watchtower. And my guy at the desk said, well, why did you leave? He says, well, after talking with Jimmy, I actually did some research and found out that everything that he was saying was true about Watchtower. So him and his wife both left the Watchtower, and because of me. He said it was unprofessional. That's what he said. He said it was unprofessional that I was talking to him about that. Well, when I'm talking with folks, even with work, I like to get to know them. I'm having a conversation with them. So, yeah, he didn't like that too much, but he actually went and did the research. And I was like, well, how's his family reacting to that? And he's like, well, her parents are a little more okay with it, but his parents, his dad is shunning him and his brother is shunning him. And I'm like, well, I know all about the shunning. I said, he says, but don't you tell him I told you that, because he won't want to admit that you helped him get out of the Watchtower. I'm like, well, that's fine. I said, but you can tell him this. If he ever wants to have a discussion with me, let me know. He can call me anytime. So right there, I knew that everything that I've been doing with the Watchtower stuff has got somebody out, got a family out, broke a cycle. So that makes me feel really good after all the videos we've done, all the different stuff we've talked about with Watchtower. Um, have I helped other folks? I would say so. Some have responded saying, yeah, Jimmy, you've helped us out in this regard. And I really do appreciate that. And so it's definitely been a journey, speaking out against Watchtower. But here's the thing, guys. For me to do something, I have to feel moved to do it. Like tonight's video, I had to be moved to do this video tonight. Something said, Jimmy, you got to do this. I was like, okay, well, let me go do this. So when I was doing all the Watchtower videos, I was moved to put those videos together. When I do my political videos, something's got to be in my head and I got to get it out to you guys. So the situation I'm in right now mentally, oh, this light's getting ready to go. Oh, there we go. So the situation I'm in right now mentally is I just don't feel the need for me to be doing a bunch of Watchtower videos. I've already said that they're going to fall, and we've been seeing that. We've been seeing Watchtower just completely fall apart on so many areas. That's a little better. And so there's so many people leaving. Our work as apostates has been going very well. Watchtower can't stop us. It's not going to happen. So they're eventually going to fall, and I see it. So I just don't feel the need to have to be doing a bunch of Watchtower videos. Of half the time, I can't even sit and watch a lot of Watchtower material. I just can't. 6 screens, I can't watch the whole show. It bores me because for those that have been following me a while know that I've gone bigger. I've gone past Watchtower. You know, one thing in this journey of waking up is you got to be careful not to get stuck. Not to get stuck in a situation to where you feel like that's the only option that you have. And I think a lot of I think a lot of XJWs get into the XJW community and they just get stuck. I just feel that way. And when I'm listening to 6 screens or I'm listening to somebody's video real briefly, it's the same thing over and over again. And the definition of insanity is doing something over and over again and expecting a different result. So for me, I had to cut out watching Watchtower videos because I knew it was bullshit. I know the governing body lies. I mean, how many more videos do I need to watch to show a governing body lying? I just don't need it. I know what they're doing. And now there are some people that have decided that they want to stay in the XJW community and continue to do videos. And some of them I feel like are, they have their hearts in the right place and they're doing what they feel like they need to do. Then there's others in the XJW community who are in it for their narcissistic egos. Yep, I said it. And I can name names, but I'm not going to do that tonight. I'll save that for another time. But for those that were following me on Facebook, know that I have been putting out quite a bit to be careful who you follow in the XJW community. because you might think that just because they're an XJW that they have your best interest at heart. Oh, no, 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 they don't. So just mark my words on that. Or please listen to that, because, or be aware of it, because there are some people out in this community that are in it for themselves. They just like the praise, they like the ego, they like the money that they can make because they know they have a vulnerable audience that will give them money. And I've never asked for money. I've not gotten one dime for anything that I've done. So anyway, let me check the comments real quick. Everyone has their reasons. Give names. Jimmy, get you a bearskin tactical hoodie with the rain jacket. You'll love it. Hey, Sparky, you know what? I saw those bearskin hoodies, but I actually do have a heated hoodie on right now, and I got propane up in my gas heater. So, yes, I am outside. It is like 20-something degrees, but I feel really good where I'm at right now. So, but my job, or my activism now, as it has been since March of 2020, is on the political side. And people can say what they want, but I have done so many videos on the political side. We did the big picture episodes, and there's so much information in those big picture episodes. We felt like we were writing a book on teaching the XJW community how the political system works, what's going on, what patterns to recognize, who the players are, why certain things happen. We did all that. And if you watched all the big picture episodes, you'd be kind of caught up with what's going on in this world right now. And I know that there's a lot of folks that want to call me a conspiracy theorist, call me a right-wing extremist or whatever. But tell me, out of everything that I've put, tell me where I was wrong. Tell me that I was wrong about the pandemic. Tell me I was wrong about the jabby jabs. I mean, I've got evidence proving everything that I said has come true in that regard. And so that's only because I did the research, I looked into things, I got outside of that watchtower mentality that everything I believe is right. I had to do research. I had to like blow my mind and recondition the way I think about things instead of how we thought about things while we were in Watchtower. And so that took a lot of growth. That took, it was a bitch. It was like waking up all over again. You know, you remember the time you woke up from Watchtower, how mad you were, how disappointed you were, how angry, how defeated you felt? Yeah, same thing happens when you wake up to what's going on in this world, too. So that's where I'm at. I'm on the political side, and I want to be able to educate people and give them information that they can look up, not in, you know, like Google or Wikipedia, but actually find true information to help them make sense of what's going on in this world. The LA fires, there's so many people that think that's just because of climate change. Bull crap. No, it's not. And we're going to be talking about that episode, or that subject, I'm sure, next Tuesday. Now, for my subscribers on my YouTube channel, if you want to see me on a weekly basis, most of the time on a weekly basis, Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern is when Ruby Quinn does her show called the XJW Political Corner. I was hoping, I sent her a link. I was hoping that she'd be able to come on with me this evening so we could talk about that. So, Ruby, if you're out there and you're listening or whatever, and you want to come on real quick, I sent you the link. Come on in. We'll talk about it. But, folks, if you don't know who Ruby Quinn is, she's about 28, 29 years old. She lives in Florida. She's an XJW. She's Puerto Rican, so you know she's going to be feisty. She has the platform there. Like I said, the XJW Political Corner. And what we do on that show is we talk about everything under the sun. You know, as XJWs, you know, we have to learn to be able to go outside of the box, go outside of Watchtower. You know, it's okay to go listen to other information. You can go do the research, you can look it up. And It's also a platform where we have people that want, if they want to disagree with us or have a conversation, or they want to challenge us or debate us, we welcome that, but do it respectfully and come on camera. And some of our shows could be 2 hours, 3 hours. But we've literally talked about everything. We've talked about reptilians. We've talked about Antarctica. We've talked about, oh my God, uh, tunnels, DUMBs, pandemics, the Federal Reserve, election process. I mean, we literally talk about everything. And right now, we have on average maybe 20, 25 people showing up in the live chat. And I was just telling Chris tonight, I was like, let me go out and talk to my folks, and hopefully they'll tune in to Ruby's channel, and we can get that up to about 50 or so. It'd be kind of cool to have 50 on the live chat. So I just want to kind of help her grow, because she's in the beginning, middle processes of waking up. So she's really excited. She's gung ho. She does JW World News with another dude. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Oh God, he's from Canada. Oh God, just completely forgot. But anyway, so she does different things. And so for me, I have it to where I can go ahead and commit to every Tuesday night, instead of me trying to do a video here, do a video there. But if you want to catch us every week and actually hear some of this crap that comes out of my mouth, tune in, because I go deeper. I give a Gen X response now. I've gotten to that point to where I'm not here to coddle anybody anymore. I'm like, this is what's going on. Go look it up. Check it out. I give the Gen X response. And so, yeah, so that's a lot of fun. We enjoy doing that. Now, what I will do is, if you do show up on Ruby Quinn's channel and on our live shows, if we end up talking about something and you want more information on it and want me to go in deeper and actually do a separate video, maybe a separate video on why 1871 was a pivotal year in the United States history, or if you want me to go on why the Titanic was a false flag, so it would be able to bring in the Federal Reserve. If you want me to go into different subjects, then I can dedicate videos to certain subjects to where, we can just go a little deeper on that. But Vern, that's the dude's name. Thank you, John. And World is a Stage. Yeah. So Vern is the guy that Ruby does the shows with. Let's see. So the name of her channel is just her name, Ruby Quinn. I will get a link to her channel. I'll put it in the description after I do this live. And but yeah, every Tuesday night. Now, sometimes I don't get on there till maybe 9:15, 9:30. But I'm usually on there every week. So yeah, it's fun. I wish she was here so she could talk to us. I think that's about it. I wanted to cover the Facebook thing, Ruby thing, why I'm not doing a bunch of Watchtower videos. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. So in the chat, for those that are here, do you have any questions that you would want to present to me right now, about anything going on in the world if I don't get no questions, I'll probably just go ahead and wrap this up. But if you got questions, now's the time to ask me. I'm gonna light this cigarette. Oh yeah, we talk about everything on that on her channel. Thoughts on Mark Zuckerberg's interview with Rogan? Okay, so first off, I didn't see Mark Zuckerberg's interview with Rogan, but this is how I feel about him. I think he's just trying to save his own ass, and I don't think it's going to work. Another thing that we talk about on Ruby's channel is, the way I feel, there are people out there that are not who they say they are, and I don't believe that that's the real Mark Zuckerberg. So, and I believe that with a lot of people. I don't think there's a lot of people out there. I don't think they are who they say they are. Like Joe Biden. Yeah, that's not the real Joe Biden everybody's been watching the last 4 years. So this is why I said, if you want to hear my God honest truth about things I feel, then yeah. Now, granted, that's if you want to. There are going to be some folks that are still ex-JWs that are not ready for that type of content. But maybe you should just come in, watch an episode, hear what we talk about, and then just write that stuff down and go do research on it. And if you need help in how to research and how to, weave your way through all the disinformation and misinformation, let us know and we'll teach you how to do that. I think we actually did an episode about that. Me, John, and Jesus, we did an episode about that, about how to find good information. All right. Any other questions? Anybody got the link and want to join? I'm going to get through this cigarette, and if I ain't got none of that going on, I'm going to go ahead and log off. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, we got some snow, about an inch. Yeah, got that last night. It's already all melted. It'll be, yeah, the world is a stage. I'm definitely going to be on next Tuesday because I know that we're going to end up talking about the wildfires. It's kind of funny. Okay. We've been doing this pretty much every week for like the last 6 weeks. No, I don't believe that's the real Newsom either. I don't think he's the. That's just me, y'all. I don't trust anything anymore these days. I really don't. But let's get back. What was it? Oh, the way it's happened, the news will pop off, and Ruby's like, "Yeah, let's talk about this." So we ended up talking about the CEO shooter. And then I was like, well, hang on. There's going to be something next week. Well, the next week, it was the drone issue over the eastern coast and other points in the United States. Then, what was the last? Oh, then we had the Las Vegas thing and the New Orleans thing happened the following week. Oh, no, after the drone thing, it was the woman on fire in the subway. We talked about that. It's like every week there's something new. Every week. And so, yeah, I'm sure this Tuesday we're going to be talking about the LA wildfires. I got a lot to say about that. So, yeah, because that's all bull crap. Huge respect for. I spent 20 years there on and off. Love from Denmark. Oh, thank you from Denmark. What was that? Little Lars. Yeah, I need to wear my contacts or I need to wear my glasses next time I do this. But yeah, we literally talk about the news as it's happening. You know, Rick Farron likes to do the JW Weekly News. We don't do that. We do real we do political news. We do what's going on in the world. I will tell you this: I think a lot of Democrats over in California are going to start questioning their choices. I think that's going to be happening. I wish we would have got a little bit more snow. World is a stage. We only got 1 inch. So, yeah, I like it when we get about 9, 10 foot. That's nice. We ain't had that in a while. But, all right. So, was there anything that I just mentioned that those on the live would like more clarity to or my opinion on it? Oh, that's cool. A white Christmas. That's cool. Speaking of Christmas, I'll tell you all this. Okay. So my wife decided to do the Christmas party thing over at my father-in-law's house across the street. So she goes over there, she sets everything up, she decorates everything, and she's got some decorations in one of her closet. And so we have a big old thing. And it was actually the first time that I actually enjoyed the Christmas whole celebration and party and all that. It was really cool. I had a really good time. But the day after Christmas, my wife decided she wanted to go shopping because everything's 50% off. I need to go get me a storage building so that I can store all the Christmas crap we have now. We went the other day to Big Lots. I'm like, baby, we have no room in the house for anything else. But I gotta have this. I gotta have. She bought them. She bought them. She's an independent woman. She's a strong woman. And so next thing I know, I'm pulling everything out of this closet, and I'm having to pack everything in there like Jenga style, because I got to figure out how I'm going to get all this shit in this closet. And so I got it fixed, but then she went back out and bought more. I'm like, baby, I can't put anything. I got it in there, but I literally can't put anything else. I need to buy me a freaking storage building. Um, yeah, see, what I'm afraid of is I'll get a new storage building and she'd be like, well, you got plenty of room. I got all this room in the closet. I can go get more stuff. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So if I don't get a storage building, then I may not have to have more stuff pile up unless it starts spilling over into other rooms. I don't know. So I really do need a storage building, because then maybe I can get out of the cage, go into the storage building and do videos. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm halfway through. Y'all got any questions? I'm available for a while if y'all want to talk. That's funny. The world is a stage. Let's see. I don't know of anything else going on. I will say this. I will say this. Y'all think crap's been crazy so far here in 2025? You think it's been crazy so far? It's going to get crazier. I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but I'm really curious about the inauguration. I could be completely wrong in saying that it may not happen. I have my reasons for saying that. But you just never know. And this is how I've approached things. And I can thank X22. X22 report has really been a very good source of information for me. Hold on. It's already crazy. It just begun. Jim Bell, my biggest claim with all the XJWs. Okay, so let's address that real quick, Parky. And what am I saying? Cheers and so on. Yeah, it's really nice. Okay, so let's get back to the inauguration. I'll get back to that here in a second. I want to address what Parky said. My biggest complaint with all the XJWs is all of the infighting. I will talk about that. So let me put this down. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because hurt people. You know what I mean? But there is a lot of infighting in the XJW community. I've experienced it. There's a lot of, and I think a lot of it has been done on purpose. I think, me personally, I believe that the apostate community, the XJW community, has been infiltrated by Watchtower. I believe that there are people that they may not be actually working for Watchtower, but they're Watchtower sympathizers. Some of your YouTube people out there, I believe that they are that. And I think they are put in those positions to basically create issues in the XJW community. Sorry, that's how I feel. That's what I believe. Yeah, but it is. So, and then on the other hand, you have a lot of people who still have that mentality to where they always have to be right. That was the thing in the XJ or in the Watchtower world. They had all the answers for everybody. Oh, you want to know what the Bible says? Come listen to Jehovah's Witnesses. We have the answers for you. It was that mentality. So I think when they get out of Watchtower and they come into the XJW community, they think that what they say is right. And when they're challenged on that, then they come back and they get all defensive. And then the other person who maybe hasn't healed yet either comes back and is defensive with, and it just creates issues. So I think a lot of the infighting, and that's one reason why I had to step back a little bit, because I was like, man, this is not what I'm here to do. I'm here to help expose Watchtower, try to bring people together, come up with plans on ways that we can expose Watchtower to the public, because that's where you got to cut the source off right there. If the public finds out about Watchtower, Watchtower's done, because then they have nowhere to go. They have the only thing they can rely on is born ins. So so many people they don't think that way. They don't think bigger in that regard. And they just want to stay in this little pond and fight each other. Yeah, I'm past that. That's high school bullshit is what that is. Yeah. Joe Rambo, Jimmy, do you listen to Joe Rambo and News Treason and Eye of the Storm? I've seen Eye of the Storm. I haven't listened to Joe Rambo and News Treason. I gave up reading them. Use apps in Google to find the original language. Thanks. Oh, that's cool, Lars. What is that, Lars? Yeah. What was I going to talk about? Shit. So yeah, the infighting just drives me crazy, and I can't be around that. It's negative energy, and I want to be around positive energy, and I want to protect my own energies. So I don't get involved with that crap. And that's the other thing. Even on the political side of things, I don't argue with people anymore. I did in the beginning. I had many debates with many people in the beginning, but now I don't do that. I'm like, here it is. Go look at the information and then get back to me. I'm not here to, try to win you over. I don't give a damn about that. Here's the information. You take it. You do what you want with it. At least I put it out there for you. Positive image, yes. God, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Anyway, the inauguration. Did y'all know that the original inauguration date for president was March 4th? That was the original time that the presidents were inaugurated on. Probably don't argue with fools. I completely agree. Yeah, I'm not arguing with nobody anymore. You still want to wear a mask? Go ahead. Put one on. Put 3 on. I don't care. You want to go get a jabby jab? Go ahead. Get that jabby jab. I don't care. I've already told you what it's going to do to you. And for anybody that wants to fall for that crap again, I'm sorry. Come on now. You got to wake up. If you go fall for the bird flu crap, you really need to wake up. But anyway, so yeah, March 4th was the original inauguration date for president. And so I have I know what I was going to say. When I say things, it's to give you guys different scenarios. This could possibly happen. This could possibly happen. Now, I don't know which route we're going to go, but this is what I see. It's going to be one of these 3 things, I do believe. So, for example, on the inauguration, one reason why I feel like it might not be done is because I believe that the United States as a corporation is dead. It's been dissolved, and I don't see how they can inaugurate Trump into the corporation. There's more to that. I just don't know how that would work. Maybe Trump will say, no, I don't want to. We're not doing the inauguration. Now, maybe something will come up and it gets delayed or something and it gets pushed back. And then it takes place on March 4th. I don't know. There's just different, and that's one thing what I like about X22 is because he'll say, look, there's three ways this could go. It could be this, it could be this, it could be this. But the thing is, it gets you thinking. You know, Watchtower only told you, you do this, we're going to paradise. This, there's no other option. This is the only way it can be. Get out of that thinking. Get to the point to where you're like, you know what? There's 3 or 4 things that could possibly happen here. So, and that's with everything, because for the folks that don't know, literally everything you're seeing right now is connected. It's all connected. So, and I know there's people out there that say, no, Jimmy, that's not the case. Like these wildfires. Oh, that's just climate change. Bull crap. No, it's not. So, anyway, let's see here. Right. If you fall for any of it, you are a lost cause at this point. Yes, you're absolutely right. World is a stage. Yeah. Seriously. If the last 4.5 years hasn't given you the thought that, hey, you know what? Maybe something is wrong. Maybe these conspiracy theorists, weren't so crazy after all. So it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's definitely a show. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Last chance. Any questions? Any thoughts? Because I'm gonna wrap it up. I've kind of been rambling a little bit, but hey, this was just a hangout session. So if you stayed around and hung out this long, thank you for hanging out with me. Had some time tonight. Wanted to make an appearance, let you guys kind of know what I'm up to, where you can find me every week. And like I said, some XJWs aren't going to come and watch our stuff, and that's fine. I don't care. But I know there's a handful of y'all out there that are interested in this stuff and do have an open mind. And that's one of the things, if you haven't, what kind of cigarettes do you smoke? Oh, okay. I smoke Burley Gold 100s. Actually switched. I was smoking Marlboro Light Special Blend, but they ended up getting up to $7-8 a pack. And I write down everything I spend, so I know how much I spend on cigarettes. And so I switched last March, and when I switched, I literally saved like $1,500 last year because I switched from Marlboro to these. So, and it tastes just like a freaking Marlboro Light. Yeah, $7-8. That's expensive. So these are like $4.39 a pack. They were $3.79, but they're $4.39 now. So I need to quit. I really do need to quit. What was I going to say? Crap, I got sidetracked. Well, for those that have been following me a while, you know what my real choice is. It's not these cigarettes. It's over there. What's in that? And that's another thing. When we're on Tuesday night, oh my God, we have so much fun. It's great. And we hope that some of you will join in. Like I said, I know that there's going to be folks that do follow me that want to, talk about this stuff. They want to learn more about this stuff. It's interesting to them. So yeah, y'all need to join in. That's pretty cool. Damn, I was going to say something else. Mm-hmm. Can't remember what it was. Had something to do with people joining in the chat. Okay, so for those that are still on here, want to know, go to Ruby Quinn, type her name in on the YouTube search, and it's just her name, Ruby Quinn. You actually can scroll through. I know I was going. Hey, y'all remember hats? Just remember that for me. So when I forget something, because I want to talk about that next. But to join, go to Ruby Quinn's channel. And then, like I said, she'll every Tuesday night. You can scroll through my videos, and there were a couple of videos that I did post that are tied to her channel. So, yeah, you can find us there. And again, if you're just joining in, please join me on X. Just look up my name, Jimmy Bell. We do have a separate chat that we have, a private chat. We have about 33 people in there where we share a lot of information. But yes, the hats. Okay, so let me explain this. Go back, if you haven't seen it yet, go back through my videos and watch the video I did on different types of hats people are wearing. You know, when I've been talking with folks over the years, I come up against people that just want to put their hands over their ears or they want to close their eyes. They don't want to see anything that's going on in this world. You have others that are like, oh, well, if it was true, then I would see it on the news. So you got to be wrong. And then you'll find that you'll end up talking to somebody and then they're like asking you more questions. They're genuinely interested in what you have to say and they want to learn more. So it's called, which hat are you wearing? So, for example, you have the black hats. They're the bad guys. You have the red hats. The red hats will do. Yeah, I'm wearing a red. This is from Trent. Trent, I wore this because of you tonight. Trent came down to visit me, and he gave me the Rochester hat. So I wore it in honor of Trent this evening. Thank you, brother. Love you very much. So anyway, you got the red hats that will do and say whatever the black hats want as long as they're getting paid. They will do the heinous. They will light the wildfires. They will run people over. They don't care. Then you have the orange hats that the only way that they'll believe anything is if they hear it on the news. Then you have the yellow hats, which they are the ostriches. They are basically anybody that's in Watchtower. Then you have the green hats. Now, the green hats are the folks that we are trying to reach. These are the folks that are open minded. They know things aren't right and they want to know why. So then you have the blue hats, which I consider myself a blue hat. We're the digital soldiers. We're the ones trying to put information out there for you guys to digest, for you guys to go look up and learn about. We recruit, if you could say that, from the green hats. So I've considered Ruby a green hat. She's getting close to being a blue hat. So yeah, that's pretty cool. GG's Rockins Salacious Life. Oh my God. Hey, GG, what's up, buddy? And then, of course, you have the white hats, good guys, bad guys. So that has once you figure out what each hat means, then when you're talking to people, you can recognize, oh, there's nothing that I'm going to say to this person that's going to get through to them because they're an orange hat and they have to hear it from the news. Or then you're going to have people that you're like, oh, well, this person isn't accepting anything. I just asked a simple question. I gave them some information to look up. They don't want to look it up. They want to call me a conspiracy theorist. They want to call me an apostate. Right. Those are the yellow hats. And once you are able to identify who you're speaking to and what hat they're wearing, that will save a lot of your energy. Because I have no time to talk to a yellow hat. None. So you want to believe whatever. I don't care. So something's going to happen. It's going to wake you up. And I think that's what's happening right now to a lot of the liberal Democrats in California right now, which we'll get into more of that on Tuesday. Let's see. That's also in scriptures. Like Jabez, content for active members. But it's like talking to a wall. Yep. I wear the tinfoil hat. My tinfoil hat's turned into a crown. I say that there's a meme out there. So, and I've always said this too. There's this meme running around. If you don't have a conspiracy theorist or a digital soldier or a non-friend, you might want to go ahead and get one because things are going to get crazier. They're going to get crazier. I'm actually excited. And that's the other thing. By learning all this stuff, I know a lot of people out there, they have anxiety. They're freaked out. They don't know what's going to happen. They think the world's going to end, blah, 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 blah. It's all this fear, doom, and gloom. I'm sitting around and I have none of that. I am not worried about anything in that regard. Am I concerned what the deep state might try to? Yeah, I'm because they're evil fucks. Okay. They don't give two craps about anybody's life or their livelihood. They don't care. So if you're still in the mindset, oh, the government wouldn't do that, the hell they won't. So yeah. But I'm not freaked out about anything. Not worried about nothing. And so that's a good feeling. That's a really good feeling when you don't have that anxiety. And it's like when I first started talking with Ruby, and Ruby was freaking out. She freaked out over the first assassination attempt with President Trump. I said, Ruby, don't freak out. It's part of the show. Calm down. Just and so you talk to her, she'll tell you, yeah, Jimmy told me I need just calm down, calm down. Something else is going to happen next week. Yeah, Sherry, yes, 100%. A welder businessman, I wear my own hat. I'm just count my money and don't give a fuck about the org or the government. There you go, Sparky. Live that life. Live that life. And see, and that's what, there's a lot of people that aren't, there's a lot of people that I won't say they won't do, but not everybody can go out and make videos. Not everybody can go out and just talk to this phone, wondering if anybody is listening. A lot of people can't do that. So for those of us that can, we want to be able to help. We want to help get information to you so that when you are speaking with your circle of friends or your family or wherever, then you can have these conversations about things going on in this world. Um, so, and there's other folks out there that they don't really care. They just go on about their life, do what they're doing. And technically, that's the way it should be. We all should be able to just go about our lives doing, what we want that makes us happy, takes care of our family. None of us wanted to be doing what we're doing right now, but we see a need to inform the public. We see a need to help educate people. If you look at in 1979, the United States had the number one. We were number one in schools, in grades, in education. Number one in education, and then the Department of Education comes along, and now we are 45 in the world. Number 45. They have dumbed us down. So for folks like me, I actually care about my fellow humans. I want to be able to help educate folks and teach them on why things are happening the way they are. So that I enjoy doing that. I really do. I do say that sometimes on our Tuesday shows, it's like going to social studies class or going to a history class. Um, it's actually a lot of fun. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah. All right. So anyway, I've rambled long enough. I hope to see you guys Tuesday night. Find me on X. Go to Ruby Quinn's channel. I'll put a link in the description after the show's published. Hey, what's up, Shaq? I'm getting ready to leave. I just want to let you guys know where I've been, what I've been up to, and what we plan on doing, because people are going to need a lot of help to make sense of what's going on. Things are happening way too fast. There's something happening every day. And I think a lot of that's by design, is to keep us all in a fear-based mode, because that's what they thrive off. That's the energy these people thrive off of. So we don't want people living in fear. Did you just scratch the side? That's the beginning. Well, I appreciate it, Shaq. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna jump off here. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for hanging out with me this evening. Maybe I need to do a little bit more of that. But just remember, if there is something that we talk about on Ruby Quinn's show, the XJW Political Corner, and you want me to do a video about a certain subject, let me know. Okay. Yeah, just let me know. And for folks that haven't, please go back and watch the big picture episodes. I've put all of them on my X page. You can find them very easily. There's some here on YouTube, but YouTube took down like 3 of them. And then I have them all over on the BitChute channel. So, because there's tons of information there. So, I'm in California. Something isn't right out here. Tell me about it, Shaq. There's a lot of crap that's wrong about what's going on in California. So, yeah, tune in Tuesday night because we're definitely going to talk about that. All right, guys. I love you all very much. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Have a great rest of the weekend. Just don't live in fear. Don't freak out over the things that the news is putting out there all the time. Things are going to get they're going to get crazy, but good things are on the way. I'm excited. So I hope you can be too. All right. Take care. Love you all very much. Have a wonderful evening.